Hello, welcome to another unboxing. This time, the Sony E10 to 18mm f4 OSS wide angle lens for E-mount APS-C cameras. It's been about for a long time, this lens, and I've always wanted a nice wide lens. I say the one I've got, probably my sharpest lens actually, this size, is 16 to 70. So it falls within the range, but then it goes right the way to 10. And I was thinking how nice it would be to have a 10 for some nice outdoors, shots, seaside, what have you. And also coming up this end for some street photography. And being able to play about with it while keeping a constant f4. Alright, I reckon. This was in the Black Friday. It was also on the Prime Day for $4.99. And it seems to be a pretty good price. I don't think I'm going to get it cheaper. You never know though. But it seems to be £100 cheaper than it is normally when Amazon do a special day, or any of the other companies do a special day. So what do we get? European guarantee in about 1 million languages. Something actually about the lens. Okay. We'll have a look at that a bit later on. Let's get to the main event first. And I always think it's a shame. They're nicely boxed, by the way. Nice strong packaging around there to look after. I always think it's a shame that you don't get a Sony pouch, padded pouch. When you're paying hundreds and hundreds of pounds for a lens, you just think, well, rather than have this bubble wrap, why haven't I got a nice bag? Little moan there. So we've got a tulip. It's quite big, isn't it? So there we are, quite compact. And let's see, so when it zooms it does come out. It does come out, okay. So it's 18 and 10 being the furthest out. And it's a 62 thread for a filter, and I bought a filter and I'll show you that at the end. And why. So there is a bubble in the middle. As you go like this, you can see it. There's more of a bubble for that wide angle. But as you look down on it, it looks like quite a normal lens, doesn't it? I think any bigger than 10, so that's 15mm in APS terms. I think 15mm is just about right without getting too silly. I suppose on the edges you're going to get some bending, but you can correct it. But I'm not one for correcting very much, Right, let's fit it on the camera. In fact, let me just show you the view just on the desk here with this one at 16. So that's the sort of view at the back there. Okay, let's just turn it off again. I was kind of hoping, because they actually look quite similar size, don't they? I was kind of hoping that, see, this is a 55 thread here for filters. I was kind of hoping this would be a 55 as well, so I wouldn't have to buy a load of new filters, but no such luck. It just turns out to be huge. It's 62 on that one. Quite a difference, isn't it? Okay then. There's a little spot. There's a little spot. Line it up. Ooh, that's it was quite loose to start with, and then quite tight near the end of that doing up. So it's quite a good firm fit there. Let's do it on 18 as we open it up. Okay, so that's what it looks like at 18. Okay, if you compare it to what it is actually, yeah, that is quite wide. So if you actually look at that shot there, it's quite close, isn't it, to the light, what have you? And that is quite wide. Anyway, one moan, neither this 6500 or this lens are weather sealed. And I mean, I don't know about you, but isn't it pretty obvious that you're going to be using this one outside? Wide angle? Such a shame that. You know, I quite often I go to Blackpool in the to get the lights, sort of November time or October, and it's nearly always raining, or you get the stuff coming off the sea at horizontal. I mean, I have to hide in the tram stops half the time to keep the wet off the camera. So we can't use an umbrella over the top of it, it's too windy. So you know, it's really annoying that these aren't weather sealed. Anyway, sooner or later I will take some photos with it. I think it might be later at the moment because it's near Christmas time of filming this. And the weather's terrible out there, and of course it gets dark at 4. I mean, I might take a few. I'll leave it on here for now, and if the garden sort of looks a bit bright, I'll take a few, because I've got lots of the garden this year, because I haven't really done very much. So I'll take a few of the garden. You can have a look on my Flickr account. I'll put the link in the description below. But I'll put the link into the photos of this. And maybe I'll put a link into a photo, which will probably be, that was the last lens I had on there. So I'll put a link in so you can compare them. Oh, I don't fit very well on that one. So that's really just a quick unboxing. We'll have a quick look at the instructions, shall we? Do we really need to? Oh, no, I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered to look at that. So we've got a nice tulip with it. As you can see, it's quite big, isn't it? I guess that's for that wide range. Right, also for this lens, I have bought a filter. I'll have a little chat about that. I actually went for a Cokin because years and years ago, I used to have the Cokin. You used to put it on the front and you could drop slides in when I used to have a film camera. I used to love the system. Should have kept it, really. It was fantastic. Anyway, it's a name I know, and there's a few of these out there. Some of them are better than others. I've got a Hoya one for this lens. Same thing, a sort of light pollution thing. And for this one, I thought I'd go for the Cokin one, a little bit more expensive. So I think the coating might be a bit better on this, or both-sided, or you have a look in the comments. I won't know till I use it. And it's for 2 reasons I'm getting this. One, I want to catch all these Elon Musk little satellites that are in tight groups at the moment flying over. I've caught a few with the Starlight app, you know, where it catches them and they all blur, and you do a sort of a 20-minute photo every 5 seconds and it knits it all together. It's quite nice. But it's for 2 reasons. It's also, when I go to the NEC, when there's anything up there, they've got these great big sodium lights inside. And if I go to a Comic Con and it's in that one, everything's orange. It's got an orange carpet nearly all the way around, and it's got these orange lights. And you know, like this time of year, it gets dark at about 4. All these great big things are booming out and everything looks orange. So I thought I'll try one of these. So it's for 2 things really. So let's have a quick look. I think I paid about £68 for this. Funny enough, I did get it from near Blackpool. I got it from a place in Cleveland on eBay for about £68. It was cheaper than anywhere else. So it comes in a rather nice package. See, this is what I mean. When you're buying something expensive like a lens, it wouldn't cost the company very much, would it, to give you a little padded thing to go with it, like this. You see, I don't actually need to get a lens pouch for this one. That's good enough. And there we are. So if I put this on, it does make things look a bit pinker, I think, looking at this. But it does take a lot of the yellow out, doesn't it? So when, I mean, round here, the yellow from all the street lights, but I noticed they're starting to replace them with LEDs, and some of them aren't yellow, some of them are white, and sometimes I've looked down the road and think there's a car coming, and it's not, it's the new street lights. So maybe in the future this might not be such a problem, but then it'd just be white lights. You won't be able to get anything done about them, because if you put a filter on for that, you won't be able to get the stars. So anyway, there's that. And I hope to goodness I did get the right. Yes, I did. There we are. Quite a bigger thread than you would think actually. And you can still fit the tulip on the outside as well. There we are, good to go for night photography outside, hoping to do some of that. But the trouble is, I can't set this up and leave it on one of those apps in case it rains. Any advice would be gratefully received. But I mean, even condensation and fog and things. I mean, this has got nothing in the way of seals, nothing at all. Anywhere. For quite an expensive, for me, this is a really expensive camera. And expensive lenses, you'd have thought, you know, and it's being sold in the UK. You would think, wouldn't you, that they would do something about that. Oh, look, there we go. So it's moving inside the tulip there. That. So in fact, with the tulip on, you don't see any difference. And if you're wondering about a polarizing filter or anything, as you move it, as you can see, it stays still. It doesn't spin round, which is something I used to hate when you set up your polarizing filter. But not many of them seem to do that anymore. Anyway, so that's a quick look at my latest lens. I think I'm probably all right now. I've got my sharpest one, which is this size one. I've got a wide angle. I've got the silver lens for the 6000, which I've got a video of. It'll be in my unboxing. And the silver lens, it goes up to 200, and that goes down to about 18 or something. Is a fit and forget for me on that one now. And I've also got a 30mm Sigma, but it's not very neutral. It does something to the contrast, but it's quite nice. And of course, it's an F. I can't remember. It's less than F2 anyway. See, a lot of the Sony ones, they seem to stop at F4, don't they? They never go any more than that. It's quite unusual to find anything in the sort of F1.4 range for Sony stuff, isn't it? Anyway, so I now have got my street photography setup and my nighttime setup already. So thanks for watching. Have a look in the links below, but they won't be there to start with. I'll add to them as I take photos, weather permitting. Thanks for watching, and see you again next time.